Welcome everyone. Welcome to Harp and Channeled Healing. I'm Shelly Reef, and as always it's my extreme pleasure to be here with you. Doing this work is what I focused my life on many years ago, and I put it at the forefront of my being as that which I wanted above all else, so that when I went to work, it meant that I had to be connected and be in that blissful place that I am in when I'm in my meditations. I didn't want to separate the two. I wanted them to become one and the same. And now that they're one, I find that so many students have a lot of questions about how to achieve that for themselves. So this morning I taught the Awakened Mind workshop, and that's my sacred telepathy workshop. But it's so much more than that. You know, it's fun to play in the realms of telepathy. We had 12 exchanges between the students, and I would say out of the 12 that 11 of them were highly, highly accurate. And this was after just a couple of hours of learning and dialing in. So this ability belongs to everyone. It doesn't just belong to those who were lucky enough to be born with a gift. And it can be learned. So it opens up practice, the conversation of practice. Just like anything that we practice to become better, any sport that we learn, working on our computers, right? Relationships, right? We practice them and we become better. And so it is with developing these skills, and the skill of being able to be not just present to any situation, but to be receiving information from your guides, the universe, your angels, your high self. And this morning an interesting question was asked by one of the students, and she wanted to know how she could practice that in her own life and really nurture it into being. And you know, it starts with taking the time to come into that centered place. And the hint that you get, the indication that you know that you're there, is that it feels wonderful. It feels peaceful, calm and uplifting. It feels fulfilling. That's how you know you've arrived. And when we first start meditating and focusing, it can take a long time to achieve that. Sometimes we'll sit down to go into meditation and spend the entire time searching for that doorway into the quiet. But if we sit long enough, eventually we get there. So the practice is to arrive there, no matter how long it takes, no matter how much your thinking brain, your left brain distracts you. To stay the course until you find that sweet connection. And then to remember it, to imprint it inside of you like a cellular memory, and come back later or the next day. The same time every day is really what works best. First thing in the morning, upon first waking, to give yourself a period of time. And maybe in the beginning you don't get there every day, but over time you'll start to arrive there more and more and more often. Eventually you'll find that you can arrive there every time. And eventually we start to close that gap. so that the moment between us sitting down and intending to come to presence closes into the exact same moment. Like a portal opens up within us. And then the words that we speak, the thoughts that we think, this is what's called channeling. That's when we, as our ego, as our personality, step out of the way and allow that divine wisdom, knowledge, your own high self, your guides, your angels, to speak through you. These sessions are called Harp and Channeled Healing, and the reason they are is because I never know quite what's going to happen. And just as I talk you into a state of presence, I'm also talking myself into the same state of presence. So let's take that journey together now and see what happens. Breath is always there for us. Did you know that when we observe our breath, we engage our mind in a way that silences distractive thought? And so, in this moment, with the intention of coming to perfect presence, in the very next breath, take that inhale, that one that expands you from within, creates more space. And as you exhale, really maintain all that space within. And push a little more air from your body than you just inhaled. On the next inhale, we're going to take that inhale as if we're gathering up all of our distractions, our challenges, our wild emotions, everything that keeps us from a state of presence, whether it's of us or our environment. Inhale that up into you. Every distraction, every fragment, all the rubble. Imagine you can gather it all in one big scoop. Hold it at the top. And then as you exhale, steadily, strongly, use your diaphragm to push all of that discordance, distraction, the debris, the rubble, the negative imprinting of a lifetime. Yes, in one breath, absolutely. And then allow your breath to go back to normal, exactly as it was a moment before we started talking about it. And maybe as you do that, you notice the tendency to still want to control the breath, the overworking of the diaphragm and the belly, and just soften there. Allow the breath to lead you rather than you leading the breath. And observe. In 2020, our science, our technology has expanded into the quantum realms with the quantum supremacy computer being developed earlier this year. A computer that is able to calculate beyond time and space. Tricky to wrap our heads around. And sometimes the easiest way is to let go of trying to understand it. But if a computer created by humans has reached quantum abilities, surely those who created us humans are equally aligned to operate, to be, to exist in the quantum realms, in a lighter relationship with time and space. Oh, isn't that a relief? So with every breath now, softening your attachment to what happened in the past, softening your attachment to the records, the files. History does not occur behind us in the quantum realms, and nor does the future exist before us in the quantum realms. Here we are, all together right now. And all that will occur from this moment, however and whenever it occurs, is fully dependent on this moment. On your state of being, the nature of your thoughts and emotions right now. And although in the fourth dimension, in the realm that we experience as our daily lives, the nuts and bolts, the past happened. It did. That all happened to you, by you, for you. And right now, in this moment, what you experience next is contingent on who you are right now. And quantum theory proves that energetically you are not your past. On the deep inner energetic realms, you, like everything else, are energy, intention, And so, let us become now the energy, the wave, the vibration, the frequency that we would like to experience next. Softly, deeply we go, safely here, safely. In your heart of hearts, there is a knowing that no matter how much proof one has that life is hard, challenging, that there is another reality that would be chosen by you if you have a choice. And so regardless of how much of this you understand or even care to, let's just play in this moment. And in this moment, right now, in the center of center, your heart of hearts, find that feeling. The feeling that expresses the reality that you would choose to experience next, regardless of how against your history this is. In the quantum realm, we play bigger than that. We're just playing, just trying it on. Imagine that you're going to raise your emotional nature to be brighter, happier, more fulfilled, more peaceful, calm, present, shining, brilliant, magnificent. And with each and every inhale, it raises again. The only thing you have to do is feel it. It really is okay, just for this moment, just in this quantum playground, to try on letting go of the weight of the past, however that represents itself for you. Trying on the magnificence of your chosen now. All there is to know is that as you intentionally raise your frequency to be the wave, the vibration, the frequency of that which you would like to experience, the way you would like to feel, what you would choose if life was a buffet and you could choose anything you wanted. As you practice that and feel that effervescence, feel that alignment within you, it becomes more than imagination, more than an intended visualization. This is when we affect the quantum field. And from this moment, we have only to stay the course and be patient. So we stay the course by visiting this place every day, every morning, every night before sleep, checking in. Great way to spend the time while waiting during the day. The beauty of this work, it's the beauty of being the healer, is that for it to be effective, the only one thing that has to happen is you feeling magnificent, feeling that effervescence rising up within you, that feeling that quantum scientists call the God moment. For lack of a better term. For they even don't know exactly how it works. They just know that it does. I am so welcoming of you to join me and so many of my friends in this realm, for it feels so deeply important that we as humans are at least as energetically evolved as technology. And so if you can't do this work for yourself, if service is more your way, then do this work for the world. Every time that you do this work and raise your own frequency, that heightened frequency travels out, ripples out like a wave, and raises the frequency of humanity on Earth, the butterfly effect. So thank you for making that difference. Thank you for becoming the healer, the quantum healer of yourself, of your loved ones, of humanity, of the animal kingdom, of nature, and of all that is throughout the universe, because why mess around? So, always remember after these journeys, it's important to come back to presence, to be ready to operate heavy machinery like our cars. But eventually, the practice is to be here in this realm, the physical, right now, the nuts and bolts of life, while simultaneously connecting within, allowing that guidance to flow through so that your words, the thoughts behind your words, your gestures and deeds in the world become the present time expression of high self, of divine guidance. And so it is. Well, and that's where Channeled Presence took us today. One of my most favorite journeys to make. And I don't very often get to make it in the company of others. So thank you. That was really fun. So, as always, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me here. It really helps to have support. I put as much out into the world and make this work free and available as much as possible. I also need to support myself and would love to get into a proper studio and out of this 95.5 degree garage. That would be wonderful. So if you would like to support in any way, you can find me through my website at shellyreef.com. And if you'd like to contribute, just let me know, or you can drop me a line on Facebook. This work all goes directly to my YouTube channel, which is shellyreef.com. So there's lots and lots and lots of sessions there. I try to label them very clearly to let you know what the journey will be. So, whatever it is you're needing that day, eventually you're going to be able to find it there. Please share. And while you're there, please subscribe. I'm really looking to boost myself up to that next level on YouTube subscribership so that I can then reach even more people. So thank you so much, and many blessings. Have a beautiful week and go create your world. Thank you. Love.